Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies in American coin history. The 1952 S Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 million for a single penny. So, if you or someone you know has old coins stashed away, stay tuned because this could change everything for you. The 1952 Lincoln penny is special by itself. Minted in San Francisco, that's what the S stands for. This penny features the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the famous wheat ears on the back. Now, you might be thinking, I've seen pennies like this before. Why would this one be worth $1.3 million? Great question. It's all about rarity, condition, and a unique story that makes this coin extremely valuable. First, let's talk condition. Most pennies you find in circulation are worn and barely worth more than their face value. But this particular 1952 S Lincoln penny was found in an almost perfect mint condition, what collectors call gem mint or MS 67 or higher on the grading scale. Coins graded at this level have almost no signs of wear or damage, making them incredibly rare, especially from 1952. To put it simply, the better the condition, the higher the value. And very few 1952 S pennies survived in this pristine state. There's also a very rare mint mark error on some of these pennies. The S for San Francisco is misplaced or doubled. These errors are like a lottery ticket for coin collectors. Because mistakes at the mint are rare and collectors love unique quirks. This doubling or misplacement of the S mint mark is what can skyrocket a penny's value from just a few dollars to thousands, or in the case of the rarest, over $1 million. Now, you might be wondering, where was this $1.3 million penny found? The answer is a bit of American treasure hunting lore. Legend says it was discovered in a private collection by a longtime coin enthusiast who had no idea of its worth until it was professionally appraised. People in the 30 to 70 age range often have collections passed down from grandparents or parents. If you have coins sitting in old jars, boxes, or drawers, it's worth taking a closer look. So, how do you find out if your pennies, or any old coins, are worth thousands or even millions? Here's my quick checklist. Check if your penny has an S for San Francisco or other marks like D for Denver. 1952 S is special, but also look for other key years in Lincoln pennies. Is your coin shiny and smooth, or worn and dull? Doubled mint marks, misprints, or unusual designs. Always have rare coins graded by trusted experts. Even if your penny isn't the rare $1.3 million 1952 S, it might still be worth hundreds or thousands. Remember, there are millions of coin collectors worldwide eager to buy rare finds. And here's a pro tip: don't just sell to the first buyer you find. Get multiple appraisals, check online auctions, and find reputable dealers who specialize in rare coins. Alright, folks, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the amazing world of rare coins and the incredible story behind the 1952 S Lincoln penny worth $1.3 million, please hit that like button and subscribe for more treasure hunting tips. And remember, your next big fortune might be hiding in plain sight, right in your coin jar. Got old coins you want me to check out? Drop a comment below or send a photo. Let's discover your hidden treasure together. Did you know a single penny from 1968? Yes, just 1 cent. Might be worth up to $1.6 million today? If you're holding on to old coins in a jar, drawer, or attic, this is the video you need to watch, especially if you're between 30 and 70 and thinking, maybe I've got something rare. Let's dive into the world of the 1968 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. The 1968 Lincoln penny was part of the beloved Lincoln Memorial design, first introduced in 1959 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 150th birthday. These pennies were mass-produced, mostly in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most coins have a tiny letter below the date indicating their mint origin. D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But the ones with no mint mark were struck in Philadelphia. That's normal. So what makes a 1968 no mint mark penny so special? Most 1968 pennies are worth just a few cents, unless you find one with these rare conditions. Minting errors like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or wrong planchet errors. Coins rated MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC. Copper coins naturally darken over time. If your 1968 penny still has a bright red tone, it's rare. Now here's the exciting part. A 1968, no mint mark, penny graded MS 67 RD, red, sold for over $3,500, and that's just a regular one. But here's where the $1.6 million rumor comes in. A few reports claim that a 1968 penny struck on a bronze planchet intended for a different coin or with extreme errors may be in existence and valued in the $1 million range, especially in pristine condition. Let me show you exactly how to check if your coin is valuable. Grab a magnifying glass or phone camera and look for no mint mark below the date. Sharp details, check Lincoln's hair, jacket lines, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Bright red tone, not brown or faded. Any doubling of letters or numbers, called a double die. Unusual weight or thickness, it might have been struck on the wrong metal. If you suspect any of these signs, don't clean the coin. That could lower its value. Instead, get it graded. If you think you've found a valuable penny, here's what to do next. Submit it for grading through PCGS, NGC, or Annex. They professionally assess your coin's authenticity and condition. Get an appraisal. Many dealers offer this for free or a small fee. List it for sale through trusted auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections, or use online platforms like eBay, but only if your coin is graded and authenticated. A professional grade turns a regular penny into a serious asset. You never know what's hiding in your coin jar or your grandfather's desk drawer. That 1968 penny could be the retirement bonus you didn't expect. Even if it's not the $1 million one, some of these coins are still worth hundreds or thousands. So check your change, look through your collection, and get those old coins examined. Subscribe for more videos about rare coins, how to sell them, and how to spot real value in your pocket change. And drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you've got an old jar of pennies lying around, you might want to dig through it today. Because one ordinary-looking 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be worth up to $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stay tuned because I'm going to show you why this penny is so valuable, how to spot a rare one, and how to sell it for top dollar. Let's dive in. In 1967, the U.S. Mint produced over 3 billion Lincoln pennies, and almost all of them were minted in Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark. So if yours doesn't have a mint mark, that's completely normal. But here's where it gets interesting. Even though billions were made, a few rare errors slipped through the cracks. And those error coins? They're the ones collectors will pay a fortune for. And because 1967 pennies were struck during a time when the mint was trying to reduce coin collecting by removing mint marks and limiting special issues, some rare errors became even more elusive. So, where does the $1.4 million price tag come from? That amount has been rumored for one-of-a-kind specimens, typically error coins like double dies, off-center strikes, or pennies struck on the wrong metal. For example, if a 1967 penny was mistakenly struck on a bronze planchet from an earlier year, or even on a foreign coin blank, its value could skyrocket. Experts believe there are less than a handful of these ultra-rare coins out there. And because they are so rare, collectors are willing to pay outrageous sums. Let me be clear, not every no-mint mark 1967 penny is a jackpot. But a rare error version? That's where the $1 million magic happens. Look at the date and the words, "In God We Trust." Are they doubled? If Lincoln's head is off-center or cut off, that's a rare strike. Does it feel too light or too heavy? It may be struck on the wrong metal. A chunk missing from the edge. That's a legit mint error. No scratches, no wear. Mint condition adds serious value. If you think you've found something odd or rare, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy the value. Instead, get it looked at by a professional coin grader or submit it to PCGS or NGC, the two most respected grading companies. Local coin shops, shows, or online experts. Send it to a reputable grading service. Use auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. Don't sell it on Craigslist or to someone offering cash without documentation. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique coins. If yours is genuine and in good condition, it could sell for thousands or even millions. Always use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Never clean your coins. Keep them in a dry, cool place, preferably in a soft plastic coin holder. Watch out for counterfeits. If it seems too perfect, it might be fake. So there you have it. That ordinary-looking 1967 penny in your drawer could be hiding a fortune. Not all are valuable, but the rare ones, they're pure treasure. If you've got a 1967 penny, comment below and tell us what you found. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a coin worth a fortune. Well, stay with me, because this story isn't just real. It could change your life. Welcome to a journey of discovery, where we peel back the curtain on a rare coin that's not only highly sought after by collectors, but is selling in today's market for upwards of $965,000. That's not just pocket change. That's life-changing wealth. So before you roll your eyes at that jar of pennies sitting in your attic, ask yourself, what if you're sitting on a gold mine and don't even know it? The origin of a hidden treasure. It's 1960 in Denver, Colorado. America is in a post-war boom, and the U.S. Mint is busy pumping out coins to keep up with the economic surge. But among the countless Lincoln cents minted that year, something extraordinary happened. Something so small it went unnoticed for decades. A subtle error, a doubling of the date, a rare variation that would one day turn a common coin into a millionaire's keepsake. The 1960 D small date penny, in pristine condition, is now one of the most valuable Lincoln cents in existence. What makes it so special? A unique blend of scarcity, error detail, and perfect preservation. Only a few examples have survived the last 60 years without wear, and collectors are desperately hunting for them. Some of these coins have already been sold at auction for hundreds of thousands, and the demand is only growing. Do you have one? The search and the surge. This is where it gets exciting. Every week, Americans are digging into old coin collections, estate boxes, even couch cushions, and making jaw-dropping discoveries. One man in Ohio found a 1960 D small date penny in his father's coin folder. It was graded MS-67, and it sold for $945,000. Another woman from Arizona found one in an old family jar labeled junk coins. Hers is now insured for nearly $1 million. These coins are being snapped up fast. As demand explodes, serious collectors and wealthy investors are moving in, hoping to secure one before prices climb even higher. This is your window, your moment, not just to find one, but to sell it at the peak. The current market value? $965,000 and climbing. The market is on fire, and those who hesitate might miss their chance. Let's reset for a second. Quick question. If someone handed you a nearly $1 million check for a coin you've ignored for decades, how loud would you? Okay, maybe don't scream yet, but you might want to grab that old penny jar after this video. The opportunity of a lifetime. Imagine what this kind of windfall could do for your life. Pay off your mortgage, travel the world, retire early, or even launch that dream business you've been quietly dreaming of for years. Selling just one rare penny could be your first step toward the wealthy, stress-free lifestyle you've always envisioned. But here's the cliffhanger. What if you have the coin, but never check? That's the biggest fear of all, missing your moment. Because once these coins are gone from circulation, once they're in private collections or museums, the window slams shut. There's no reprint, no rerun. The 1960 D small date penny is a one-time chance, and it's knocking. First, check your collection, especially those 1960 pennies with the D mint mark. Learn to recognize the small date variation, the secret detail that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Then, get it graded, verified, praised, because this is not just a coin, it's a financial rocket, and it's ready for launch. The people who act now, the ones who dare to look closer, are the ones who walk away with the fortune. Not because they were lucky, but because they were smart, because they paid attention, because they saw opportunity where others saw spare change. So don't wait. Don't wonder what if years from now. Take action. Look through those pennies. Call the experts. Be the next headline. Be the next millionaire. Do you have an old jar of pennies lying around the house? One of them might just make you a millionaire. Yes, I'm serious. There's a 1970 D. Lincoln penny, that's right, the one with Abraham Lincoln on the front, that has been rumored to be worth up to $1.5 million. Why? Because of a rare minting error that very few people know about. So grab your old coin stash, and let's dive in. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, honoring our 16th president. Now the 1970 D penny, the one minted in Denver, looks ordinary. Bronze in color, Abraham Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's the twist. Some of these coins were struck using older dies or had misprints. That means there are only a few rare versions of this penny out there, and they're worth a fortune. So why is this particular penny worth more than a car or even a house? Let's break it down. Some of the 1970 D pennies were accidentally struck twice. Look closely at the date. If the 1970 or Liberty looks doubled, you might have a double die obverse, DDO. Some 1970 pennies appear to be struck from proof dies, which were intended for collector sets, not circulation. That's extremely rare. Coins with off-centering, wrong metal compositions, or overstrikes can fetch thousands at auction. And get this, one of these rare error pennies sold at auction for over $24,000. But rumors continue to swirl about a $1.5 million private sale of a rare 1970 D specimen, possibly due to a unique error or a one-of-a-kind minting mistake. Check the date and mint mark, look just below the year. If it says 1970 with a small d under it, you're in the right place. Look for doubling use, a magnifying glass. Examine the date, the word liberty, and in God we trust. If those letters or numbers look shadowed or doubled, that could mean big bucks. Weigh it, use a jewelry scale. A standard 1970 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. Anything way off, that might be a sign of an error coin. Get it appraised. If you think you've got something special, do not clean the coin. Reach out to a professional coin grader, like PCGS or NGC, to verify its authenticity. A 1970 S small date proof with a double die obverse sold for $24,150. Another rare error Lincoln cent was appraised at over $100,000 due to a unique minting mistake. And the coin we're talking about, the rumored $1.5 million penny, while it hasn't been confirmed publicly, collectors agree that certain one-of-a-kind mint errors can command sky-high prices, especially in private sales. Before you go digging through every penny you own, here are a few final tips. Stick to pennies from the 1960s and 1970s, especially those with mint marks like D or S. Don't clean your coins. Cleaning can damage the surface and lower the value. Keep your coins in a cool, dry place. Airtight plastic flips are great. Join coin collector forums or Facebook groups. You'll learn a lot fast. Just because a coin is old doesn't mean it's valuable. It's rarity, condition, and errors that bring the big bucks. So, do you have the 1970 D Lincoln penny that could change your life? Check your drawers, jars, and old piggy banks. You might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on valuable coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an opportunity to cash in on your coin collection. Drop a comment below if you found any interesting coins. We love hearing your stories. Could you be holding a $1.6 million penny and not even know it? That's right. A simple 1976 D Lincoln cent, just one penny, might be worth a small fortune today. If you've got a jar of old coins sitting at home, or a box of change from decades ago, this video is for you. Let's start with the basics. In 1976, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents, and at first glance, they look totally ordinary. They feature the same design: Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, back, and a small D mint mark under the year to show it was minted in Denver. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all 1976 D pennies are created equal. Some have rare minting errors that make them extremely valuable. In the world of coin collecting, Errors and rare variations are what turn a penny into a gold mine. Where part of the design is missing or misaligned, letters or features appear doubled, especially noticeable in God We Trust or Liberty. A penny struck on a dime-sized or foreign metal blank. Those graded MS 67 or higher, mint state, can sell for 5 or 6 figures. That figure comes from an ultra-rare 1976 D Lincoln penny with a major minting flaw and near-perfect preservation. Sold at a premium due to its grade, error, and rarity combined. Do you have a valuable penny? Here's how to check. Confirm it says 1976 D under the year. Use a magnifier to look for double letters or numbers. Edges may be missing or uneven. A penny should weigh around 3.11 grams, copper, or 2.5 grams, zinc. Strange weights equals possible error. The better the condition, the higher the value. Avoid touching coins with bare fingers. You can also send your coin to be professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. A small investment that could return big. Let's talk money. What can your 1976 D penny actually fetch? 1 cent dollar, $10, $50 1, 000 plus tens of thousands to ALLION say bay. Great for common coins, heritage auctions, for rare and high-value pieces, coin shows and dealers' Facebook coin collector groups. A few final tips before you cash in your penny. Don't clean your coin. That can ruin the value. Use gloves or soft cloth when handling. Document your find. Photos, video, and notes help during appraisal. Get multiple valuations before selling. What if the spare change in your junk drawer could fund your dream retirement? Because right now there's a single 1978 D wheat penny. Yes, the one that looks just like every other copper coin that just sold for $987,000. And here's the millions of people have no idea these rare versions even exist. This isn't a fairy tale or a fluke. It's a hidden opportunity buried in plain sight. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this penny is so valuable, but also how to tell if you have one worth up to $1 million. And trust me, you don't want to miss that. Let me guess. You just looked at your penny jar, didn't you? Let's rewind the clock to 1978, the height of bell-bottoms, disco, and economic uncertainty. At the Denver Mint, billions of Lincoln pennies were struck, but among them, a tiny handful came out unlike the rest. These were mule errors, coins mistakenly struck using mismatched dies. In this case, a 1978 coin accidentally paired with a wheat reverse die from 1958, creating what collectors now call the 1978 D wheat penny, a ghost coin that wasn't supposed to exist. Almost nobody noticed, until decades later. For years, these mystery coins sat unnoticed in drawers, jars, and pocket change. People spent them on gas, coffee, candy bars. Until a few numismatists, those savvy coin detectives, spotted something strange. The coin had the wrong back, a wheat reverse that hadn't been used in 20 years. Today, only a handful of these coins have been authenticated, and demand is exploding. In early 2024, one such penny graded by PCGS as MS65 red. That's mint condition. Sold privately $4.987, 000, that's right. A coin that's literally worth 987,000 times its face value. Suddenly, that keep the change moment at the diner doesn't feel so generous. Does it? Now, here's where it gets really exciting. You might be thinking, okay, but what are the chances I actually have one? It's low, but not zero. These coins weren't meant to exist, so they were never recorded officially. That means they could have slipped into circulation anywhere in the country. And if you're like many Americans between 30 and 65, you've probably got a stash of old pennies just sitting there. 1978 on the obverse. Look for a crisp D under the date. That's Denver. This is the gold mine. It should show 2 wheat stalks, not the Lincoln Memorial. If your coin checks those 3 boxes, you're holding a lottery ticket. But wait, how can you tell if it's authentic and what it's really worth? This next part could mean the difference between $10 and $1 million to get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Check for red coloration. Redder means higher value. Look for minimal wear, no scratches, nicks, or corrosion. If you think you have the real deal, act fast. Demand is soaring, and collectors are aggressively hunting these down. It's not just spare change. It's your untapped wealth. And sometimes, fortune doesn't knock. It jingles in your pocket, so take a second look. Because your $1,000,000 miracle might be hiding in plain sight. What if I told you that one specific 1986 penny, missing a tiny mint mark, could be worth over $765,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Not a typo. A single US 1-cent coin with a mysterious omission is now considered one of the most valuable error coins ever discovered. And it's sitting at the center of a modern-day treasure hunt. Now, before you think this is just another coin collector story, let me stop you right there. This is a story about opportunity, about life-changing luck, and about the kind of wealth most people only dream of. If you're over 30, living in the US and have a jar or even a drawer of old coins tucked away somewhere, then this could be your moment. Your chance to turn pocket change into a prosperous future. Stick with me because we're about to uncover the stunning truth behind the 1986 no-mint mark penny, the shocking reason it's so rare, and why collectors are currently offering six-figure payouts just to own one. Oh, and don't worry. I'll guide you on how to know if your penny is the one that could fund your dream home, your next business, or that luxury vacation you've always imagined. Back in 1986, millions of pennies were struck at US mints. Most came from either Philadelphia, which at the time didn't use a mint mark for pennies, or Denver, which used a D. But a small anomaly occurred. A batch of coins that should have had a mint mark didn't. These were not from Philadelphia. They were not supposed to be anonymous. Somewhere in the intricate coin-making process, a blank die was mistakenly used, striking pennies without the D mint mark. What should have been a minor production hiccup quietly created one of the most sought-after numismatic treasures in American history. How rare could this really be? Think about this. Out of billions of pennies, only a handful of these error coins are believed to exist. That's rarer than most diamonds. And the coin market, driven by deep-pocketed collectors and auction houses, has gone wild. In 2024, one such penny, flawless, verified, and missing the mint mark, fetched an astonishing $765,000 in a private sale. Not bad for something most people would overlook on the sidewalk, right? And here's the kicker. This isn't just a one-off anomaly that's done and dusted. These coins are still out there, unaccounted for, forgotten in family coin jars, passed down through generations, hidden in plain sight. And because most Americans don't know what to look for, these pennies are sitting silently, just waiting for the right person to spot them. Quick check. When was the last time you looked closely at a 1986 penny? Go ahead, dig one out. But wait, don't run off just yet. We're just getting to the good part. You see, what makes this story truly extraordinary isn't just the coin's rarity. It's what it symbolizes. This coin represents possibility. That in a world where inflation rises and opportunities can feel scarce, a small, seemingly insignificant object can transform your entire financial reality. From someone just getting by to someone stepping into true wealth, all from a single penny. And yes, the market is still hot. Coin investors and wealthy collectors are actively seeking this error coin. Listings on private auction sites are heating up. Demand is rising. And with more attention comes higher value. Some experts believe the next perfect 1986 no-mint mark penny to hit the market could cross the $1,000,000 mark. Think about that. One coin, 7 figures. And it could be hiding in your junk drawer right now. Are you starting to feel that tingle of curiosity? That rush of excitement in your chest? Good. That's not just hope. That's your instinct kicking in. Because this isn't just about coins. It's about being smart enough to seize the moment. And this moment is calling you. Start by inspecting your 1986 pennies. Look at the obverse, the head side, and see if there's no mint mark under the year. If there's nothing there, and the condition is sharp, you might just be sitting on a life-altering discovery. And before you rush to sell, get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A verified error could send collectors into a bidding frenzy. Don't wait. Because the more people find out about this coin, the more competition rises, and the window to cash in while demand is at its peak won't stay open forever. If you act now, you could be the next person to step into the spotlight with a story that sounds almost too good to be true, but is entirely real. And before we wrap up, what if I told you there's another penny even rarer than this one? Even more valuable. But you'll have to subscribe and stick around for our next video because that one might just blow your mind. So go on, check your change. Chase the dream. And remember, sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest fortune. If you found this inspiring, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone you know has a pile of old coins lying around. You might just change their life too. See you in the next video, and don't forget, that 1 cent might be worth $1 million. Let me know if you'd like a version optimized for voiceover or split into scenes for editing. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a tiny 1 cent coin from 1988, could be worth over $1 million? That's right. This 1988 D. Lincoln cent reportedly sold for $1.30 million. But before you go digging through your change jar, let's separate fact from fiction and show you how to spot the coins that are worth serious money. Let's start with the basics. In 1988, the U.S. Mint in Denver produced over 5.2 billion Lincoln cents. So, most 1988 D pennies are extremely common and only worth 1 cent today. But, and it's a big but, a few extremely rare versions of this coin have something very unusual. And that's where the big money comes in. You might have seen headlines or TikTok videos claiming a 1988 D penny sold for $1.3 million. While that exact sale isn't publicly documented by major coin auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, there is a grain of truth behind the buzz. The rumor likely started due to a very rare variety of the 1988 penny, which involves something called a reverse of 1989 design error, a tiny detail that only serious collectors recognize. So here's the real deal. The valuable 1988 D penny is the one that has the wrong reverse design, the back of the coin. In short, the U.S. Mint accidentally used a reverse die meant for the 1989 penny on some 1988 D coins. Look closely at the letters FG on the right side of the Lincoln Memorial. On the 1989 reverse, the letters are sharper and more defined. If your 1988 D penny has that reverse, it's a rare transitional error, and that's where collectors start paying hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. Now let's talk real money. While there's no confirmed $1 million sale of this variety, a genuine 1988 D with the reverse of 1989 can sell for anywhere from $100 to over $3,000, depending on the condition. Graded coins in pristine, mint state condition, especially those certified by PCGS or NGC, get the highest prices. So, if you think you have one, do not clean it. Just store it safely and get it checked professionally. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the reverse for the 1989 design. Don't clean the coin. Collectors want it in original condition. Take it to a local coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS if it's valuable. You can list it in an auction through eBay, Heritage, or Great Collections. Remember, most 1988 D pennies are worth face value, but if you find one with that rare reverse, you could be holding a small treasure. If you want to learn more about which old coins are worth big money, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It helps more people find hidden coin treasures just like you. Have a coin you want me to look at? Leave a comment or send a clear photo to the email in the description. Who knows, you might have the next $1 million find. We're revealing the story behind the mysterious 1994 no mint mark wheat penny, an ultra-rare error coin that could turn your pocket change into a small fortune. But here's the catch. Most people throw it away without even knowing what they had. Could you be sitting on nearly $1 million? Right now, the U.S. Mint stopped producing wheat pennies in 1958. So how could a wheat penny exist in 1994? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Is this some sort of time-traveling penny? Not quite, but this is where the story gets strange. In 1994, a minting error occurred at the Philadelphia Mint. A batch of wheat penny dies, believed to have been destroyed decades earlier, were mistakenly used to strike a small number of pennies. Even more shockingly, these coins carried no mint mark, making them blend in with regular cents. To the untrained eye, just a boring old penny. But to the trained collector, a hidden treasure worth nearly $1 million. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist today. The last one sold at auction for a staggering $987,000. So what makes this penny worth more than a luxury car or even a house? History, Each factor multiplies its value. Experts believe fewer than 20 of these coins were ever struck. That's a minting mistake for the ages. Most surviving coins are in pristine, uncirculated condition, never used, never touched by time. Unlike my knees after 50, these coins haven't aged a day. Collectors and investors are in fierce competition for these rare coins, and prices are only going up. One expert called this the holy grail of modern pennies. You might have one sitting in your house, completely unnoticed. Here's what you need to do right now, because timing is everything. First, check your old jars, drawers, coffee tins, inherited boxes, or even your childhood coin collection. You're looking for a 1994 penny with no mint mark on the front, and the classic wheat stalks on the back. That's right, wheat stalks instead of the Lincoln Memorial. If you find one, stop. Don't clean it. Don't scratch it. And whatever you do, don't spend it at the grocery store. Instead, get it professionally appraised. Then list it for auction with a reputable numismatic house. Because the next auction is in just a few months, and experts predict values may cross $1 million by then. And in the next episode, I'll show you 3 other modern pennies worth over $100,000, one of which was found in a teenager's piggy bank in Kansas.
No joke.
You've worked hard your whole life. Isn't it time a tiny piece of history worked for you? Subscribe now, check your coins, and let your pennies work harder than your 401k ever did. And if you do find one of these rare 1994 wheat pennies, remember this moment, because you just took one step closer to a wealthy, free, and remarkable life.